They're one of the most popular tribes in Magic history, but can they perform in Timeless? It's Timeless Merfolk. Let's go. That's right, welcome to the Attic Mana Dad here. This is the channel where we play what is good in Magic, mostly on Arena, and on Tuesdays, it's Typal Tuesdays, or Tribal Tuesdays as we used to call it, where we play the best tribes or types in Magic. Of course, hard to beat Merfolk. I've been working on this deck for weeks, I guess, pretty much ever since Timeless came out, trying out different things. Here's the current build. We're going to test this out. Might change a little bit as we play. Of course, I'm recording this intro before we play. Deck list will be in the description, deck list that we end up with, so check that. But I'm going to go through the deck list that we currently have. If you want, you can skip ahead to the gameplay. All right, let's just dig into it. Merfolk, of course, we got a couple Merfolk Lords, as they're called. Master of the Pearl Trident, going to give Merfolks +1/+1 an Island Walk, which is nice because Spreading Seas is legal, and we're going to be playing that. In a relatively more new Lord, we've got the Flash Vodalian Hexcatcher. It is a 1/1, which is a little rough, but it does give us the ability to sacrifice a Merfolk to counter a non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. So turning all our Merfolk on board into Force Spikes, which can be very good against opponents. And then I'm running 2 of the Marrow Regeries. If you're a budget deck, you know, this is an uncommon, so just only takes uncommon wild cards here. Gives Merfolks +1/+1, and then we're going to get to tap or untap target permanent. So, sneaky thing, it says target permanent, not target non-land permanent, because this is an older card. It's got the older templating. So this can mess with our opponent's lands. Tishana's Tidebinder can mess with fetch lands. Also running a couple Stifles in here to match with fetch lands. And we've got Spreading Seas to mess with lands. So this is like a little bit Merfolk Ponza build. We've also got some control elements because we've got Counterspell. I'm kind of splitting. I'm going with 2 Counterspells right now and 4 Memory Lapse because I'm thinking we're more of a tempo play with this deck. We're trying to just hold down the opponent for the first couple turns, build up a board of Merfolk, and then just overwhelm them before they can deal with it. To that respect, we got Tropical Island in Timeless. Did you know you could play Tropical Island? You can. This is an alchemy card, Shoreline Scout. It lets us, when we play it, exile a Merfolk or land card from our hand and turn it into a Tropical Island. So that's kind of cool. And it's going to get bigger as long as an island entered the battlefield. It is weak to Bowmasters, but hopefully we'll get the value out of it with the Tropical Island thing. And, you know, maybe we'll be able to protect it with flashing in a Lord or something, and get our opponents waste their Bowmasters. We've got Spell Pierce, 2 of those to shut down people early with the Counterspell thing. In the later game, we've got Archmage's Charm. Pretty much all our lands are going to be able to make blue except for Cavern of Souls and Mutavault. And hopefully we can get to 4 mana, get these collected companies, so we're just holding up Counterspells. And then when an opponent doesn't play anything or doesn't play anything we want to counterspell, we collected company. We hit all these cool creatures, and Bob's our uncle. One of fun of Vodalian Mindsinger, as long as we're playing stuff like Cavern of Souls or you know, the green mana, we can try to kick this here. It's a 2/2 that can steal a creature, which is already 2/2 for 3, which can steal a Ragavan. Or I guess it can't steal a Ragavan. It can steal a Bowmasters, which is already good. But if we can kick it, it's going to be even better. It's going to be a 4/4. It's going to let us steal a lot more of the small but really, really powerful creatures that this format has. So just one of that right now, one of Archmage's Charm. I think that pretty much covers it. Oh, and then one of Deeproot Pilgrimage. I've seen Merfolk deck running this more. I don't have a good sense of it. I think it can be very powerful. But it is 2 mana, which is a lot to tap out and do, like, not affect the board. But if we can get a Merfolk down turn 1, play this turn 2, tap and attack with the Merfolk, we make a Merfolk. Now we're starting to be off to the races with our Merfolk Lords and such. So let's see how it goes. Currently at 22 lands, which is actually a decent amount of lands for this format. That is the deck. Oh, and I guess I've left this Chiron on, but we're at 807 subscribers. Just checking in on that. That's pretty awesome. We're up over 800. Who's going to be number 900? Leave a comment if that is you, or you know, leave a comment if you're anywhere between 807 and 900 because you watched this video. How about that? And then when we get to 1,000, going to do a giveaway. We did a giveaway at 500 subs. Somebody opened a Jeweled Lotus, which was really amazing. So be around for that. That is climbing fast, and so that will probably happen soon. So hit that subscribe now. All right, enough of me asking for subscribers. Hopefully once I get to 1,000, I can stop with that. Let's go and see some gameplay, see the Merfolk in action. If your last name is Murphy, then your family are Merfolk too. Against Wampus McNuggets. Oh man, I might just have to concede to such an awesome name, but so get a 1 forest. I'm gonna keep these. One is going first, which is not great. It's never great for the Merfolk when opponent goes first. And they crack a Bloodstained Mire. Looks like they'll be pretty low to the ground deck with Aluris here showing. Looks like Rakdos Burn. Possibly the best deck in the format, many people think. Put down a Ragavan roadblock here. I think we'll cash in a Shoreline Scout. Huh. I mean, we do have a land drop next turn, but we want another blue to play Master, so let's just cash in a Shoreline Scout. And inexplicably got all 4 of ours. Okay, they're gonna Bowmaster. Big shot there. Tropical Island. We could play 2 Shoreline Scouts. Turn these both into Tropical Islands, which is not a bad idea. And then we have Master of the Pearl Trident. What are they going to do on 3? They're probably just going to load out their board. Some more. They could have more Bowmasters, which is annoying. We're just on the back foot. I think we're just going to run out Master. It is what it is. Master is a blocker. They attack. They probably have another Bowmasters to shoot it down, which we don't really want. Okay. This for 3. They've not played a land. Okay, they're playing Ragavan. Normal. Mind Singer is interesting. So, if we could kick it, we could steal Ragavan. As it is, we can steal Bowmasters. That's pretty good. This is weak to Lightning Bolt, and their deck is all bolts. I don't think the Mind Singer is going to survive for very long. If we can survive to untap, we've maybe got a memory lapse to protect it. They don't really want to attack because I'll just throw the Bowmasters in front of whatever they attack with. Okay, so they did have Skewer the Critics. And we get Collected Company. That's the turn. You know what I've got. We're going to spin it to win it with Collective Company. They're going to Static Discharge, okay. Let's see. It's dealing 3, so we would have to hit... we'd have to hit another one. Not having any luck with the Collected Companies. Oh my goodness. Okay. Opponent has exactly what they need to really just destroy us. Deeproot Pilgrimage is not going to help. Decline. But they can easily deal a bunch of damage to us here. It looks like they've got some more removal stuff. Alright, well, it is the best deck in the format. We put up a valiant effort. Really got to hit on those Collected Companies, though, to win. Maybe you need more creatures in the deck. We'll have to see. Up against Jaguar. Guy's a real Jaguar. I was going to say something else, didn't ya? Right. Kind of a bad mix of lands. We'll be able to play Master of the Pearl Trident on turn 2. Play a tap land, go. I had to play a 0 mana play once upon a time, that's what it was. What do they get? The only deck I know that's running this... We could run this once upon a time. The only deck I know that's running this consistently is the Zoo deck. They go get Uro. Oh, I guess, yeah, the deck with the... So this is the Titan Ramp deck. Yeah, Bamboo Groves. Spreading Seas won't be super useful, although we can use it to take out one of their Merfolk, please. Burrow, this would be... nice to be able to trigger that or stop that, but we are going second here. Okay, so Field of the Dead is in play, so I guess we'll take that out. See if we can hit a land drop. We get a land? We do. Tap land, but what are you going to do? Maybe we were supposed to hit Cavern of Souls? I did name Giant here. Another copy of Bamboo Groves. Rockfall Vale, Sylvan Scries. It's a Field of the Dead. Can't really counter that. We get the Mutavault. Alright, Archmage's Charm is useless. Tidebinder, we could stop one Field of the Dead trigger. I think we just pass. We have Collected Company potentially. We've got Tidebinder. We've got Spell Pierce. We've got a lot to do on their turn. So that doesn't even trigger. Seek a non-land card. Activate only once. Okay. That's probably a best case scenario for us. They're tapped out. They're playing stuff like Arboreal Grazer. They put a land into play and get a Field of the Dead trigger. That's okay. We could let's collect a company. Maybe we'll hit a Tidebinder. Aha, we do. The Tidebinder hits the Field of the Dead trigger. So, haha on that. All our Merfolk are unblockable, by the way. Do I just make a huge swing here? Do I hold up Tidebinder, Spell Pierce? Oh, you're not unblockable. They don't have good blocks on it, so yeah. You're gonna put those two in front of it? Okay. You want them both in your graveyard? Fine by me. Fierce Empath. I think we got to Tidebind that. Sylvan Scrying. That's the Spell Pierceable. They can pay the... Actually, they can't pay that mana. I think we got him on that. Woo! Eat it, Ramp. Playing Merfolk in Timeless. How's the Fish Fam gonna do? Shout out to Nikachu. Alright. We get no 1-drops, which is not great. Opponent is going first. I think I got a mulligan this. It's crazy to think, but that trapped unless we control a forest or an island. We'll keep it. We'll ditch the forest because we're gonna go get an island. The Windswept Heath. They play a Blooming Marsh and a Haywire Mite. Okay, not terribly worrisome. Get a Breeding Pool untapped. Tempted to run out the Shoreline Scout, but we'll just pass. They're in black, so they probably have Bowmasters. If you're playing black in this format, you probably have Bowmasters. And Hinterland Harbor will come into play untapped. We can run out one of these guys now. I think we'll turn one of these Tidebinders into a tropical island. And there's the Bowmasters. We just stifle that. It'd be better if we could Tidebinder it, but hopefully that will come. Haywire Mite, they don't want to trade the Bowmasters for the Shoreline Scout. Demonic Tutors, okay. Well, they got their one of restricted Demonic Tutor. Maybe just tutors for a land. Entirely possible. Looks just like a solid Golgari deck here. Can we wreck them with Spreading Seas is my question. Create some damage. Man, I really want to Spreading Seas them here, but I think we just got to hold up the Tidebinder. A greedy freebooter. That to me says there's some kind of sacrifice deck. Okay, they're attacking in. We potentially have a free block here with the Tishana's Tidebinder. I'll take the damage. See what they want to do. Dark Rituals, okay. Necro. Okay. Do I want to let them... I think I'll just Tidebind this now. I guess this doesn't turn off the Necro. Okay, they're going to just Necro as much as they can. Necropotence, or Necropotence. How do you say it? Leave a comment. Sure. If we should have just countered one of those. It really didn't do anything, did it? You're gonna have to discard. Discard a land and a thing. Okay, Stifle again. Well, they probably have a bajillion lands at this point. That was probably unwise. I just want to draw another land. Collected Company. Okay, so let's Shoreline Scout. Turn this into a land, so we can hit our land drops, and we'll have Collected Company. Yeah, I forgot Bowmasters is triggering. Okay, that's a punt.
From the end zone, he punts it. Oh my goodness, this could be the longest punt in Super Bowl history.
I don't think I've been that excited for a punt. What a punt.
I'll stifle that. We're just kind of hoping they've got not enough to kill us here. We hit a big collected company next turn. Ornithopter Bauble. This is the Storm version, it looks like. Dunbarrow Revivalist. Okay, I'm gonna have to read that one. So, creatures enter with a wicked roll and sort of bargain, return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Did they do that? I guess they did. They put them down to themselves down to 6. They're asking themselves, can I go lower? 5. Our merfolk all potentially could get Island Walk. So okay, they're not playing around a Lord, because obviously a Lord would give us 5 power Island Walking. At least the Island Walk Lord would. Greedy Freebooter. Do they want to scry one and get a treasure? I guess we'll no block. Opponent may not understand how Island Walk works. They may have the Black March that's going to gain them life. The gain and drain. Okay, we get a Hinterland Harbor. Not the most useful, but let's Coco and see what we get. Oh, okay. So we get a Marrow Regery, which does not win us the game. I think we're going to no attacks and see if we can survive one more turn. But it's not looking good. Not looking good for the Mers. The Merfolkus. Sack the Bauble. Do not get to draw. So we really needed a counterspell to stop the Necro, I think. That was going to be our key to win this. One's playing some weird alchemy cards. Kind of a fun build. This island is actually slowing him down, it looks like. Expanded Anatomy. Okay, they're just going to try to fly us to death? Every time we cast a Merfolk spell, we're going to get to tap or untap a permanent. Ah, Tendrils. Okay, how many did they get? 5? So we go to 2 and then they fly us for 3? Or they just got us? They just got us. Okay. Well, on to the next. Up against Psyemoji. Never seen the Psyemoji. What does it look like? Is it on my keyboard? We go first. Yay! Not super thrilled about our options here. I'm just going to turn Breeding Pool into Tropical Island. Save us. Opponents in black. Doot, doot, doot. Dee dee dee. Dee 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 doo. Alright, we do have the Collected Company mana. We get a Spreading Seas here. That's interesting. We potentially got Bowmasters. Potentially, they almost definitely have Bowmasters. So I guess we're just holding up Memory Lapse, Spreading Seas. In that case, should we just Breeding Pool tapped? Let's go trigger the Shoreline Scout. Oh, okay, they didn't Bowmaster. Wobble. Necro. Spell Pierce that? Very unusual for them not to check out if we have a Counterspell. And now we potentially main phase Collected Company. Looks like they're a Storm deck. Okay. That would have been nice if it was on the top of our library. Hey, but we get 2 Tishana's Tidebinders, so that's cool. Submit 0. I'm not going to counter my own Tishana Tidebinders, although it's probably useless. Let's see what we're drawing next. They could just have another Necro coming down. Now the Inquisition of Kozilek. I think you take Master of the Pearl Trident here. Oh, they take Memory Lapse. Okay, because they had another Necro. Not sure if I agree with that play by opponent. Next turn, Pearl Trident Spreading Seas is pretty powerful. And they're going to 10. Okay, opponent doesn't know how to do math, I think. Let's see. Let's see if I've got the math. I think I can get this up to 3, and these are going to both hit for 4. They've already done their land drop. They ditched 2 One Rings. Okay. We'll get Cavern of Souls on Merfolk. We don't need it. That should be game. Yeah. Okay. Beaten Necro Black. Okay, so Merfolk. Oosh. I mean, you saw I didn't play the best games always, but 60% on the play. That's great. On the draw, 0%. That is just. We need to get Merfolks to have some good ability on the draw. On the draw. I don't know. I don't know what it would take. What did it take to win on the draw? It's hard to win on the draw in this format anyway, and we only got 3 games, or no, 4 games on the play. Anyways, what else can I say? I didn't make any adjustments to the deck. Could put in what's that Merfolk that's flash? I think Counterspell and Archmage's Charm are just not gonna be compatible with Cavern of Souls and Mutavault. So I would probably adjust that. And Tidebinder was great. Mindsinger was interesting. I would like to experiment with that a bit more. Spreading Seas is pretty rough against all the. I mean, it's kind of too much mana. There's all the Bowmasters, which makes it hard. Deeproot Pilgrimage, again, I'd like to get more experiments with that. It's good when you're ahead, but maybe this is a format where you just don't get ahead that often, and that's not going to be great. Spell Pierce was great for us, maybe up that. So that's the deck. Thanks for joining me here in the attic. I've been Mana Dad. Watch some other fun videos. Hit that subscribe button, and this is me reminding you, Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.